Hi, welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, we looked at learn to listen, and I promised you that we will look at the other part of the slogan, which is listen to learn or listen to understand. However, before we move ahead to listen to learn or listen to understand, what do generally people do? Why do you listen? What's your purpose of listening? Now I ask you a question. You're listening to reply. So if you're listening to reply, now let's say in an interview or in a viva, most of the time what happens is that the interviewee is sitting to listen to reply. Because his purpose of listening is to reply. But the purpose of the interview is to reply. Purpose of listening is not to reply. How can you reply to a question without even understanding what the question is all about? So to understand, you need to listen. So in my first video, we learned how to listen. We learned how to concentrate on what's being said. Now in this video, we will learn the purpose of listening. Why do you listen? Do you listen to learn or do you listen to understand? But most of the time, people listen to reply, or they listen to react. Even before somebody has finished saying what he or she has to say, we tend to react. And we've listened only to half of what he or she has said, and we are reacting to the rest of it because we have understood it in our own way. Because we have created the meanings by ourselves. Many times I've heard people saying that they did the interview extremely well but didn't get through. Because they did it extremely well. They think that they did it extremely well. They think that they listened to the question to understand and they replied. Unfortunately, many times people listen to reply and they'll be answering the question that they want to answer and not a question that the interviewer asked. Or it could be anybody for that matter. It could be your boss, it could be your subordinate, it could be your peers, it could be your spouse, your children. When someone comes and asks you a question, or someone asks you something, or someone tells you something, you should listen to learn or you should listen to understand. Many discussions, many meetings go on for a long time. Why? People listen to agree or they listen to disagree. Now let's say there are two groups of people in one discussion. One group of people are listening to the speaker because it is their boss, their team lead or their manager, and the other team is listening to disagree because they want to agree to their team leader or their managers. What happens? Meetings go on for a long time, discussions go on for a long time without any kind of results or solutions to whatever problems or whatever they're discussing. But imagine if we listen to understand what people are saying, lots and lot of things will change. If we listen to learn, I don't know what I'm going to learn. I believe that as long as this breath is there, as long as I'm breathing, I will be learning. And if I keep my mind open to learning, then I will learn a lot of things all my life. So first tip is breathe consciously so that you can listen to what's being said. Second tip is say to yourself, today I will listen to understand. Today I will listen to learn. Whenever you speak to anybody, it could be any kind of a discussion, it could be any kind of just a casual talk. Say to yourself, I will listen to understand. When you're talking to your spouse, your children, your father, mother, brother, sister, your bosses, anybody for that matter, any discussion, any meeting, your meetings will get over real fast, real quick. Why? Because you'll be listening to understand. And worst part is we also judge. We listen to judge the speaker. Now also I would say probably many of you are trying to judge what I'm saying without even understanding what I'm saying. Okay? So you may have to replay the video to understand what I'm saying. Hence, I suggest that You say to yourself, before you play the video, say to yourself that I will listen to understand. So you must be wondering, then what's wrong with replying? What's wrong with agreeing? What's wrong with disagreeing? We should agree, we should disagree, we should reply, and we should also respond, not react. Right? We'll discuss the difference between reaction and response in another video. But what happens is that we tend to react to something what we think he or she has said, and that's the problem. First understand, then reply. First understand, then agree. First understand, then disagree. First understand, and then you can judge. Nothing wrong with judging. But even without understanding, if we tend to judge, that's the problem. And I told you, many relationships break because we listen to disagree. Second part. First of all, we don't even listen to what's being said. Worst part, we don't listen to understand, we listen to disagree. We listen because somebody is good or somebody is bad and whatnot. We can talk about hundreds of reasons for listening. But if we listen to understand or to learn, things will transform in life. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, forward the video to a lot of friends who you think will be useful. Thank you. We'll meet again in my next video.